My name is Owen Corso from Google, and I'm going to teach you how to create a dynamic rich media creative using Google Web Designer and the DoubleClick platform. It's going to look just like this one, where I can preview this in my browser. We see an image come on, we see a CTA button come on, and we're not going to get that far. All I'm going to stress today is getting this profile feed into Google Web Designer and publish this creative with that invocation code and a dynamic binding into this studio campaign, which is for Target Corporation in their Target Dynamic Weekly Ad advertiser. Great, so let's get started. We go File, New File. We're going to call this 300 by 250. And we're going to put it in the same place as this other unit. That was the 300 by 600, which we were looking at. And everything else looks good. We got a banner ad. It's not an expandable. It's just an in-page unit, and it's that size. Great. Thank you. Okay. So now here's our creative, completely empty, and we'd like to just publish it right up there to start, just so we have a place that it can go. So we authenticate with Google Sign-On. And the account is, like we just saw, Target Corporation, and the advertiser is Target Dynamic Weekly, and the campaign is, 2016 weekly promo, and the creative is going to be the 300 by 250. Press enter to create. We click enter. It makes a double-click API call, and the creative is successfully created, and then we can publish this. And it makes a zip of all the files, puts it up into Studio, into the campaign we were just looking at, which is here. So now if I refresh this page, it'll exist there, and when it's done uploading all the files, it looks like it's done. Then we'll have our creative in here, but it'll just be completely blank because we haven't done anything yet. But we have associated this unit that I'm looking at in Google Web Designer with a double-click advertiser, a double-click campaign. So now this allows us to successfully attach a profile, associate a profile to this creative, and we can do that because it lives within the correct advertiser. And I'll just do Target Dynamic Weekly Ad, and then we have all these profiles here. The profile we want is open right here. It's called Weekly Promo 2016, and we got Weekly Promo 2016. Okay, so now we just got past this first tab here, the Data Schema tab, and the Dynamic Properties dialog, and now it brings us into the bindings. So now we can, on the page that we're looking at, we can select this, and we can bind the background color to something that's in our feed, which is, we have a background column field in our feed. It's probably here somewhere. Got all the images, the promo images, we got a logo color and a background color. There it is. So background color. And now we have our first binding, so if you wanted to start with like a blue background, you could do that and control it via the feed. So now I'm just going to publish this again and publish it. And now the next thing I'm going to do is switch to the tag tool. And it's successful, great, but we're not going to be able to see anything because our default row is just white, which is fantastic. So now we have the tag tool selected, and we can just go over here and click on an image element. I can draw out a box. I don't want to be too specific because I know I'm going to control it with the numbers. Go to 0, 0 offset and go 300 by 250. So this is going to be our promo image. And I have given it an ID called promo IMG, promo_IMG, and now I want to bind the source property of this image tag that I just drew out to the background, to the image promo, the promo image field in the. So we just scroll down here to the source attribute. So this is saying on this element that I created, bind to the source attribute. So we're going to use something from the dynamic feed to populate that source attribute. And we are going to go to the 300 by 250 promo image URL. And now we have our second binding. So if I preview this, I can see the image. That's great. So now if we just want to animate something, we can click this keyframe here, go back here, go to my direct selection tool, transform control, drag it out, hold shift, just drag it right here. And if we press play, it does nothing. So we select the second keyframe, we drag it back to 0, 0. And does this play? And so this is pretty slow. I want to make this a little quicker, like maybe 0.4 seconds. And I never like using linear easing. So let's just ease in, ease out. And test how that looks. Nice, and that looks hot. Okay, let's publish this back up to DoubleClick Studio. Publish it. And then we can see the unit here in Studio. I click refresh, and this preview. Oh, we don't have an exit. Let's just add an exit while we're here. I'm gonna just go to the components to panel, drag out a tap area. This time we can position on the stage and resize using the transform control select, and then just got a visual thing here. We can minimize the components panel, open the properties panel, call this CTA exit, and then we also want to bind this to the exit URL given to the ad. So we drew out our CTA exit. It's available in this box. Exit override URL, and then go to the first row in the feed, and we look for the exit URL field and the URL under there. That looks great. Now when we publish and see it in Studio, it'll let us get to the preview screen because we have an exit event recognized, and this allows us to go to the preview section in the dynamic profile and see our beautiful creative live and in color, which is fantastic. And I mean, I haven't set any of the other parameters, so I could probably give it the right date. If I just force a preview. Yeah, we got to just show Devon's. Okay, well, that's it. If we had the rules set up and we filled that out, you'd be able to see it here. But thank you so much for watching.